Good morning, everyone. Today is our first day at the Mayo Clinic. We flew in yesterday, and I am trying to figure out which way I'm supposed to go while my mom parks our rental car. And of course, I have Lola by my side, and we are just trying to find the elevators. And the first test I have today is an ABG test, a consultation with neurology, and a cardio test, and getting fitted for a heart monitor and a pee bucket. Okay, next one. Now, like I said, we were still trying to find the correct elevator to go on. I had to go onto the Mayo Clinic elevators. And there's a bunch of different sections of the clinic that are divided. And I was currently in the Gonda building. And so we had to go all the way back to the Mayo, which is just a few rows down, which is still the Mayo building. I guess they just have one sector called the Mayo. Then they have different departments of the Mayo. I don't know. Okay. But yeah, I had to find the correct elevator section to go on. Now I just have to wait to catch an elevator and wait to get on it and then wait to get off, which took for absolutely ever. I also just wanted to apologize for how shaky my footage is. A lot of you guys like seeing Lola and B-roll of her walking around, but it was really hard to record her at an angle and everything and read my directions of where I was going and control my wheelchair. So I ended up just getting straight up B-roll of just the hospital and everything, and I hope that was okay. And Lola's kind of in the corner, so that works. Now, checking in was the hardest part because I had to make sure I was in the right area and that they didn't move me or change my times, and I didn't know. So that was pretty hard, and I couldn't record in that area. But also, I couldn't record in many of my tests there because they were pretty intimate. So I just mainly got a lot of B-roll in some areas of the test, if I could even do that, or after. So after getting my heart monitor fitted, I thought I would share with you guys a blood gas test, which is an ABG test, and it is the first test I had done. So I actually had to get it done on my other hand. So this is a picture of kind of what it looks like, but a dumbed down version of what it is it's measuring the oxygenation in your blood, and it is usually done by a pulmonologist or a respiratory therapist or something like that. And it was the most painful test I had there, minus a sweat test. But yeah, that really sucked. I actually had to try both my wrists until they could find one with a vein and artery that would work. But after that, we walked around and got some food. Downtown was absolutely beautiful at the Mayo Clinic. This whole town is kind of based around the Mayo Clinic, apparently. It was absolutely stunning, and I loved it. And we went shopping. Of course, we didn't buy anything because it was outrageously priced. But we went to the cutest little shop. Lola loved it. Okay, let's go. And she was actually really picky about their treats. I'll let you guys see that in a second. She was not liking their treats. Out and you spit that treat out.
Oh, wait a minute, she's coming back.
Hold on. Yeah, as you can see, Lola was not a fan of these treats, but afterwards we went to this restaurant. It was actually really hard for me to take my chair in there. It was not very wheelchair accessible. The bar and bar stools was actually right next to the ramp, so that was really difficult. But the food there was really, really good, and Lola fit right under this big booth, which was perfect because after being on that plane the day before, that was really hard on her, so she got to stretch out and just have a good time. And there's my wrist wrapped from the ABG. I had to leave it on there for a day, and it was pretty painful. Both my hands swelled, and they had a lot of bruising. But apparently that's normal. And afterwards, we went and got the car. And the next day we had to come back, and I can't remember what test I was getting done. I think it was another pulmonology test, and I had to pick up my oxygenation test for overnight. I had to have a lot of these. This was the overnight oxygen test, and so I saw pulmonary a lot that week, but this is basically an overnight one, like a sleep test, and I just had to return it the next day, so it was nothing too serious. But I actually hated this one because it was really hard to sleep with it on. But there was another pee test I had to do. They just kept on wanting to get my pee. I don't know which one this was. It's a CT chest imaging is what it says. So I think that's the one where they just took a bunch of pictures of my chest. So that was really fun too. And after that, we went and we got to go down to the cafeteria. They had a bunch of restaurants and cafeterias in there. And this hospital food was actually really good. They had like a P.F. Chang style version. They had hamburgers. They had like a Chick-fil-A in there, but not like a real Chick-fil-A, like a knockoff Chick-fil-A. But everything was really good. There's the bruising result. It's not that bad, but it did get worse throughout the week. And that's like a needle hole with other like little holes around it because it took them forever and a day to like find a vein. And these needles were not small, babe. They were big. They were big. And that's like me mimicking of like what they did. They had to like go in and out of my artery. It was terrible. But after that, we got to go home for a little while, and this is the bridge area to the hospital. I thought it was absolutely stunning. I wanted to record it. Like I said, just even being outside and like just walking around out there was absolutely amazing. It was so beautiful, and it was also really cold at times. But I really didn't do much after my appointments. I usually went home and went to sleep, and sometimes I'd have appointments after a nap, or they would surprise me with more appointments. But our Airbnb was about 3 minutes away, so it wasn't terrible. But keep in mind, I'm not recording all my tests that you guys are seeing. This is only about half. I had so many tests ran, I cannot even remember half of them. And we would be there from like sometimes 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. It was rough. So we were there for over 7 days. And I'm back. It is the next day, like I said. Like it's a lot. This was also in pulmonary. This was a test. I don't know what it's called, but they were watching the expansion of my lungs and how much oxygen I'm taking in and putting out. And it was really hard. I got very, very dizzy. I got very sick. I got a massive headache from doing this. And we had to do this over and over and over again until I like blew out the candles on the computer. Like it was rough. And they had to give me like a lot of like pep talks because like I was not able to do it, and like they're like, no, you can take in more, you can do it, like we gotta like get the best results possible. And it was hard. They had to like get a certain amount of results a certain amount of times, like to see like which one was my best breath and everything, and it was hard. So that really sucked. But I am grateful because these tests were extremely accurate, and they really did help a lot with my diagnosis and physical therapy and ways to help me more and medications. But this test is not the worst at all. Like, none of these tests were fun, but like they had to be done in order to help me get better. But this one like probably did take the longest, I think. But yeah, it was fun.
In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. In, then blow all the way out. Nice and easy. Keep blowing out. Little bit longer. Keep blowing, keep blowing. And big breath in, up, 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 up. And blow out. Good. If you come off, then catch your breath. Great job on those.
Really?
Yeah.
Thought I did terrible.
All three of those match pretty perfectly there.
Good morning. Lola and I are getting ready for our Friday appointment. So, I gotta get ready really fast. We'd be there at 9:15. So, yeah, Lola. So after my nerve test, I rewarded myself after getting electrocuted on my nerves by getting Starbucks, which is a must-have in my life, and Miss Lola got hers, of course. And we had to go do something on another floor. I cannot remember what test it was exactly, but we were basically checkers, which basically means we sit and wait to fill somebody else's appointment for that exact appointment that I needed that didn't show up there, like a no-call, no-show. And it's called checker appointments. It's actually even a thing at the hospital. It's literally what it's called, is a checker appointment. And I had to wait there. My mom and I sat by a puzzle. No, we did not do this puzzle. Somebody else did. But we finally made it back to our Airbnb and realized my stay had to be extended. So we had to call another Airbnb because the one that we were originally staying in was booked. So we had to stay there another couple of days. We were supposed to fly out Sunday. That did not happen. So we had to stay up until Wednesday, and we flew out that Wednesday. And that was really hard because I had another trip Friday for a school trip to Chicago. But here we are, stalking our Airbnb so we would know where it was, because they were still like packing up. And my mom and I wanted to get lunch. We were making sure it was close enough to the clinic and everything. But there it is. It's so cute, and absolutely loved it. It was so fun. But it was low-key, like, haunted, I think, most definitely. But it was better than our other Airbnb because it had stairs to get in it every single time. And I mean an insane amount, which was really hard for me and my mom. Hello. Lola, come here. Come here. Go get your water. No? Oh, okay. Oh, look at how pretty the landscape. Oh, hi, pretty. Hi, beautiful. Look at how beautiful the landscape. This is my favorite. Look how pink. That is my window, and I see that tree. This is our new Airbnb. The old one, they extended my stay, and we couldn't rebook that one. Sadly, it was darling. We loved it. Lola, go potty. Go potty. Extended because they wanted me to see the pulmonary department for my lungs. But right now, they've taken me slowly off oxygen. I'm actually supposed to be using it if I'm walking around. I haven't charged. I need to go plug it in. But when I'm sitting, they want me to like see how my symptoms are when I'm sitting. Slowly they've gotten better, and they're looking at my respiratory failure, and it's getting better, and they think it was caused by double pneumonia I got a while back. So, or it could have been a chemical exposure, but it's not related to my POTS, and that's a hypothesis for right now. They had 2 different hypotheses, but for right now, they think they're on the right track, but I'm meeting with pulmonary just in case. I've met with neuro and cardiovascular, and neuros who I've mainly been with because the guy that they want me to see is a specialist in autonomic nervous systems, so, and also like the brain, so yeah. So it is actually Saturday, so my mom and I and Lola, the 3 of us, decided to go get lunch and have a girls' day because the clinic is closed Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, we just had a girls' day. Hi Lola. Pretty girl. And of course, we went to the mall nearby. And we were also really tired from all the appointments, so that's really all we did was get lunch and go to the mall. We didn't do too much after. This way, baby. But yeah, it was really fun. You gotta watch out. Ooh. Turn left, Lola. You want a cookie? Hi. Oh my goodness. So if y'all don't know this already, Lola and I are we were devout Victoria's Secret employees. So whenever we travel, we always stop at a Victoria's Secret just to pop in and see what they have or what their store is like. I feel so blessed for being able to take you guys on this journey with me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in our next video.